Hey YouTube family, it's Andrea over at VW Family Farm, and today I'm taking a break from the work. I actually have some work to do today, but I'm in the mood to cook, which I cook every day, but sometimes I'm like, I want something good today. And I'm still on my healthy eating plan, so I'm gonna be eating a controlled portion of this, but I am going to take y'all along as I make one of my favorite recipes. It's called cream cheese chicken chili, and it is delicious. So the first thing I'm gonna do is gather my ingredients, and I'm taking y'all with me. So let's go. Okay, it was kind of dark in the shop, so I don't think y'all could even see me. So I deleted that clip, but the first thing you need is a pasture-raised chicken. I'm gonna go take y'all and gather up the rest of the stuff. Then I've gotta hook up a trailer and put diesel in the tractor so that when Ben can get away from work for a few minutes, hopefully just an hour, we can go haul a load of hay over here because we are fixing to get an Arctic blast, which I know is such a joke for some of y'all because you're in an Arctic blast like the entire season. But we're not, and it's a big deal here. And I want to have the hay hauled before it gets here. All right, we need some corn. And some black beans. All right, guys, we're back inside in the kitchen and we're gonna get this meal going. One thing I love about this is it's simple. And it's something I do when we want a good hot meal at the end of the day, but I don't want to stand in the kitchen and cook all day. And it uses stuff we've grown. It utilizes our real food that we've stored up on the farm. And it's a little bit different twist on it than just cooking corn and beans and chicken. So it's a good way to get something different in. The kids love it. It's really good like when you get finished with some chips or cheese on top, or I like to just eat it by itself, which I will be doing later, with maybe a little salad on the side. So I'm trying to take things and not just eat like everybody else get to eat something good and me just eat something like salad. I'm trying to work in just portion control and still eat real foods, because like I told you in my weight loss video, if all I get to eat is just diet foods, I won't do it. I won't lose weight and get healthy. So that's the plan here. Let's get started. The first things I'm gonna do is throw some things in the Instant Pots. Now this is actually a crock pot recipe. You can look that up. I've never actually done it in a crock pot, so I don't want to advise you on how to do it in a crock pot because I've never done it. But I use my Instant Pots, so you could use that or just take these rules and adapt them to, you might boil your chicken if you don't have an Instant Pot or whatever. But I do believe the crock pot recipe, you put the chicken in there raw. But again, don't quote me because I've never done it. So I'm gonna take the corn and black beans, put in the Instant Pot with some water, and just cook these. Now, disclaimer, I did not soak these black beans like it talks about in like Nourishing Traditions and like Wardy at Traditional Cooking School talks about soaking your beans and your grains and all those kinds of things. I didn't do it. But here's my take on it. If I'd have thought ahead enough, I would have. I do believe in soaking. I try to do it on rice and grains and legumes and all those things. It's just sometimes I don't plan ahead enough in time because we're really busy here on the farm, homeschooling, Ben working, homesteading, all that. So my thoughts are, it's better to go ahead and cook a meal and eat real food than to say, I didn't prepare in time. I should have soaked these like yesterday, so I failed. So let's just go eat a hamburger at McDonald's. I still think you're better off to eat your homegrown food, even if you forget to soak every once in a while. So I'm going ahead and I'm not feeling guilty about it. So I hope you do too. Okay, so I'm just putting my chicken and some water in here, and I'm just gonna let that cook. And over in this other Instant Pot, I'm gonna put the corn and black beans in there together. Okay, I'm just putting some water in here, just enough to, however much beans and corn you put, just enough to cover. Okay, I've closed my Instant Pot lids. I'm gonna put it back here to sealing on both of these. I'm gonna turn the chicken one on to manual, and I'm gonna do probably about 50 minutes. I may go 55, I'm not in any hurry. And then on the beans, I am gonna do probably about 35. That's probably a little too much, but that'll be okay. They'll just get really soft. Making something like that, I will just use the breast meat, and then I will save the leg quarters for another night. I actually used a chicken yesterday and cooked the breast off of it in a loaded baked potato soup I made. I know Ben ate soup last night. He really did, and he liked it. But I didn't use the leg quarters then either. So now I have 4 leg quarters that I can use a different night for supper. So anyway, let's get busy. I'm just gonna chop up, like I said, this is just 2 breasts. You could put more meat if you want, but I think this is gonna be plenty. I mean, these are pretty big. This is gonna be a lot of meat. So I'm just gonna kind of chunk this up. Just kind of cube it up however you want to. You could, if you like it kind of longer and stringy in soups, do that. I'm just gonna kind of cut it in smaller bite-sized pieces. Now I'm going to tell you the other ingredients, and then I'm going to bring you over here and just show you how I put it all together. So I've got, it calls for like Rotel, but I am kind of limited on salsa because I didn't can any this past year. I've still got probably a couple gallons, maybe more, but we go through a lot of salsa. So I didn't want to use salsa in this recipe. I'm just using home canned tomatoes. And this is a little bigger than a quart. I think this might actually be a quart and a half. But if I'd have seen a quart on the shelf, I'd have just grabbed a quart. And it was a quart of black beans and a quart of corn. This is home canned stuff, so I don't know how the canned stuff will line up. But that's my measurements I'm using. And I just kind of do this like throw it together. And next time I may only put a quart of tomatoes, or I may put some salsa, or a mixture of both. I just kind of mix it up. Okay, and then I'm going to put a teaspoon each of granulated garlic, granulated onion, and ground cumin. And I'm going to put a tablespoon of chili powder and a tablespoon of ranch. This is like ranch dressing mix. I buy these from Azure Standard. I really like their chili powder. I've been using it for a couple years. It's organic and it is gluten-free. And we were gluten-free for a while is what got me started buying that. But I really just like it. And I like their ranch dressing mix because it's not full of a bunch of things I'm afraid of. And it's good too. And then I'm also going to put a block of cream cheese. I usually make cream cheese, and I actually have some over beside the camera over there making right now, but I don't have any made. So I'm going to use store-bought cream cheese. Store-bought cream cheese has few ingredients. There's a few things that every once in a while I buy at the store. Like if we get low on sour cream, I'll buy that. Things like that. Especially if you look and read labels, some of them are actually fairly good on having just a few ingredients. So anyway, I'm gonna take you over here and throw all this together. Okay, so I hope y'all can see. This is the big Instant Pot that I cooked the chicken in, and I took the chicken out and then I actually strained what broth was left to get any little bits of bone or anything out. And so this has about, I think it has about a quart of broth left in it, somewhere around there. I'm gonna leave that in there. And then I went ahead and drained these and kind of rinsed them a little bit. This is the black beans and corn. I don't always do that. Sometimes I keep this water in there too, but it will make your final pot a little more purpley because the black beans are very potent. So I'm just gonna dump the black beans and corn into this quart of broth. And then I'm done with this Instant Pot. So this is gonna become a 1-pot meal, which is I love because it's a lot less dishes. I'm gonna put in the chicken. And like I said, I've seen a crock pot version of this floating around. Check it out if you don't have an Instant Pot. And I believe you put the chicken in raw and you can go to work and come home and just shred your chicken and it's all done. Now that would be great if you were gone from home all day. Next is the tomatoes. Juice and all. Garlic. Onion. Cumin. Chili powder. And ranch. And finally, a block of cream cheese. Now sometimes I'll actually go back and put another block. I'm gonna start with one this time, just because I'm watching calories and I want to. So So I'm not even probably going to stir that up. I'm going to put this on the slow cooker setting, and let me show you that. All right, so I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to push slow cook. Sorry. And it's already on high pressure. If mine was down here on less, that means it's on slow cooker low. So I can just press adjust and adjust low, medium, and high. I'm going to go with high because I want to get this, go ahead and heat it up. And then after it heats for a little bit, I'm going to come back and stir that cream cheese in. And then just let it, I'll probably turn it down on low at that point and let it cook for a little while. And I will be back with y'all later. Okay, so before I head outside, I've got to go, like I said, hook up a trailer and put some diesel in the tractor. I wanted to talk to y'all about just a couple things. One of them is this cool shirt I'm wearing. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a cow, a pig, and a chicken on it. This is from Farm Life Outfitters, and they're here on YouTube. And I want to really thank them for sending me this shirt. I'm hoping here in the next little bit, we're going to know more about giving things away the right way here on YouTube to where you feel comfortable to do it. And she's mentioned giving one of those away, so y'all stay tuned for that. Also, another viewer sent us, and I wanted to tell you before I get off this t-shirt, it is soft. This is one of those super soft like Bella Canvas t-shirts. It's really nice. I really like it. I think this is called screen printed, but I could be wrong. I don't know, but it's cute and I like it. Emily's already wanting to take it from me. And then I got this from a really sweet viewer, and their channel name is Runyon Life. So I'm going to link both of those channels below. Check them out. This is a tart warmer, and it's really cute. It says bless this home, and I believe she actually makes tarts to go in warmers. So I'll be telling you more about that. I think she's sending some when she gets some made, and I'll be excited to try those out and tell you about them, tell you about what all's in them and all those kinds of things. So check those two channels out. We love getting mail, so thank you to both of you ladies. And I gotta head outside and get busy. That's the great thing about this recipe. I can just leave this going and I can come back later. So I'll be back with y'all later. Okay guys, this has been cooking probably a couple hours, and it's all heated up. The cream cheese is melting. So I'm just gonna stir it all together. Once the cream cheese gets good and hot, it stirs in a whole lot easier. All right, you could definitely add another block of cream cheese at this point and make it a lot creamier. I'm not going to this time because we are trying to get a few pounds off around here. So I'm gonna leave it. That's plenty enough for us. I've definitely put more in the past. So just use your own judgment. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve this up. All right guys, that wraps this recipe up. I'm not gonna show you us eating it because I know we love it. There's no taste test needed. This is one of our tried and true family recipes, and I just thank you for spending a few minutes with me in the kitchen. Let's see what else. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do it. Give us a like, leave us a comment. What's your favorite cold weather recipe right now? Because it seems like it's cold everywhere, and this weekend is supposed to be just bitter winter again. So I guess it's that time of year, huh? Anyway, our next video I think you'll see is our 2019 garden plan, and I'm going to try to take you around our farm and give you some perspective on where our gardens are and how big they are, and tell you our plans for this coming year, because I'm really excited. Things like cooking like I did today makes all the hard work worth it, and I just love it. It's fun to us. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all your support and kind comments, and just for always encouraging us to keep going with the videos, and just for being you. So we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.